TV radio. We dare to lead. Electric TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Electric TV radio.
It's time to get the show on the road. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthews. You're gonna love to call me the little one of sports. I hope that you're hearing the sound of my voice wherever you are listening from, whether on Instagram, on the YouTube channel, and you're listening on the World Wide Web www.elebetetv.com/radio, or you have the mobile application on your iOS or Android devices. Yes, Elegbete TV Radio is as global can be. Thank you very much, Adoni Remelekon, for that one. Praising my suit. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just stuck in these suits in the wardrobe and I'm not wearing them. So I have a very bad habit for buying perfumes, shoes, sneakers, and jackets. Like a very, very stupid habit like that. Let's go out and see my wife. Like I could obviously buy a sneaker off somebody's leg. I could buy a jacket off somebody's back. I don't know if that is true anyway, but I just love it. And a lot of people like, oh, it's always wearing jersey and jeans. Yes, I do, but I have more jacket than jersey. I did a count the other day and I found out that I have more jacket, more suit, whether it's three-piece suit, whether it's straight up jacket, than I have jerseys. And you know I have a lot of jerseys. So that tells you how heavy my wardrobe is when it comes to jacket. But hey, it's one of those things you just find yourself in one way. The jersey can never go off. And lately, because I'm producing the Nigerian League, I struggle to wear jersey now. So let me tell you something about jersey. And there are quite a lot of Nigerian teams whose jerseys are fine, but there are also a lot whose jerseys are not good. So I struggle to wear them. That the jerseys are just too substandard as far as I'm concerned. So I struggle to wear them. But I love the Bendel Insurance jersey. Looking forward to wearing a few other clubs. Enyimba jersey is always top notch, top of the line. You can't beat that one. You can't even argue against it. It's just that I didn't go to Aba to do any game this season, so I didn't get Enyimba jersey. But I think I'll have to talk to Jude. They are coming to Lagos for the Super Six. I hate to ask for jersey, like to beg for jersey. I like to buy. I like to buy, especially with Nigeria club. Asking for favors is a very risky place to put yourself because they might use it against you tomorrow. So I always say I want to buy. If you're not, Kaz, me and you are not the same size. I'm not afraid. You will, you know, you able to stop by my wardrobe, so I'm not afraid. People like you, they make me fear. People like you, they make me get up, and I'm not bothered. This is my travel that bought me jersey, bought me jeans, bought me shirt, bought me everything. Thank you very much for that. Well, let's talk about sports, football especially. Let's talk about football. A whole lot is going on in the world of football. Pep Guardiola won the League Managers Award. I mean, and there's no contest. You know, sometimes you just wonder why somebody will play 38 games, win the league title, and then you go and give the award to somebody else. I don't understand the rationale behind that one, but hey, he's won it 4 times out of 6 now. In the 6 years that they've been in the Premier League, everything about Pep Guardiola is just a fit into that song. All I do is win, 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 no matter what, you know. But tonight we're going to have two very, very difficult teams play against each other. AS Roma have now become a very solid team, difficult to beat. Okay, so AS Roma, with the coach who's been to 5 finals in European competition and won all 5, playing against a Sevilla who's been to 7 finals of the Europa Cup from UEFA to Europa and won all 7. This is their 8th finals, and it does look like they're going to win it. But AS Roma under Jose Mourinho might also win. If he loses it, this is going to be the first time Jose Mourinho is losing a European final, or probably losing the finals, any kind of finals, anyway, but a European Cup final. And Sevilla losing this one will be the first time in 8 attempts that they are losing in a UEFA Europa Cup finals. Okay, so that's a very big one. Where's your smart money on? Don't ask me because I don't really know. Something tells me Sevilla will win because they've mastered the terrain. But hey, who's the idiot that will bet against Jose Mourinho in the finals? I don't know. So it's hard, but my smart sense is telling me, my analytical sense, because okay, so this is how I think that the plot will play out. Jose Mourinho will sit back. Everything about this game is reminding me of 2010. Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan versus Barcelona. Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich in the finals. They will sit back, soak up the pressure, hit them for the counter. And you know, a team that is always fighting the pressure, if they don't get the goal, they get a bit frustrated. That's how Pep Guardiola loses matches in European competition. But he has learned this season. He has learned to be satisfied with not getting the goal and being patient. Eventually, the goal will come. So they would sit back. Roma would sit back, soak up all the pressure, clear out the ball off the line, and make sure. But if you look at all the opposition that the road to the finals, all the opposition that Roma have played, they've not played against a team as robust as Sevilla. Now, Sevilla have not had a great season in the league. But go back again to the history of Sevilla. Every time they've not done well in the league, they've gone on to win the European Cup. So this is one of those games where you say to yourself, Uruma will say, okay, Bill, I go hard. Okay, I'm small something. So we'll see how I go. But I want to know what your thought is on this one. What's going to happen on Friday? We'll talk about the English FA Cup, the Manchester Derby in the Wembley, Manchester Derby in London. We'll talk about that. But for now, let's focus on this one. And then again, there is the talk of Harry Kane saying the only club he wants to go to, is Manchester United. And I hate it when the transfer window comes out and that's the story you're hearing. That's sometimes kind of crazy, you know. And I'm asking, at 29, that's exactly the age that Robin Van Persie went to Manchester United and he got them got Sir Alex Ferguson trophy number 13. Can Harry Kane come to Manchester United and break the 10 years hoodoo, okay, and stop them from going 11 years without the title? I don't think Manchester United will win the title next season, but having Harry Kane might just change the conversation a bit. Again, Harry Kane is two pieces in one right now. Harry Kane is practically a blessing and a curse. Will he come in and, you know, fit into a team that is not built around him? Because that's one of the things you have to understand. There are certain things that people like Wayne Rooney don't get credit for. Wayne Rooney is not your normal, regular, everyday player. Wayne Rooney is the kind of player that, you know, is a sacrificial lamb. So look at Wayne Rooney carefully and see what he did. He was there as a support striker, then he became a lead striker. And when they needed Cristiano Ronaldo to shine, he took a step back and became a support striker himself, Tevez and the rest of them shine. When he was again his turn to be in the front line, they brought in Robin Van Persie. The man did not bother. He thought for the team. The team's glory is more important than the individual. Okay, he will still score his goals. Again, he stepped back again for Robin Van Persie to take the lead. Now, when you look at this Man United team, it's good that they don't even have a focal point, a center forward, but are they creating enough that would make Harry Kane drag them to the title? That's one. Two, defensively, how good is Manchester United defensively for them to be able to, you know, run off against the opposition and go on to win? I'm still putting my smart money on Arsenal to win the league title next season anyway. It's early days. Nothing has been done. But I'm just putting that conversation out there and let's see how it goes. Well, let's look at Arsenal a bit. There is trouble in Davis' house as William Saliba has been offered a massive contract by Paris Saint-Germain, okay, for him to move to Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, his injury ended Arsenal's title run. That's what some people said. But I still think that even if he wasn't injured, Arsenal still wouldn't have won the title. There was not a place in the conversation where I felt Arsenal will win the Premier League. Okay, but let's get past that. Arsenal, William Saliba is currently on a £40,000 a week contract at Arsenal, and Arsenal have decided to increase that by threefold and give him a £120,000 a week. But then his agents are saying, if you can, hey, Tawa, good to have you on the Instagram live. But his management are saying, if you can give small boy Bukayo Saka £300,000 a week, then I want something in that region or even more. So the thing now is, he's got 1 year remaining on his contract. Now, this is one of the things you need to look at. 1 year remaining on his contract means that he can hold his ground, wait till the winter, which is January, and get a break contract. That's one. Or say tell us now straightforward that look, I'm not signing £120,000 a week. And I remember some weeks ago I told you guys that this £300,000 that they're giving to Bukayo Saka will cause a problem in the team. But people thought like, oh, what are you saying? He deserves it. I don't think that Bukayo Saka deserves £300,000 a week. I don't think that Bukayo Saka is as good as everybody says he is. But hey, it is football, okay? Whatever you negotiate is yours. And I'm not saying this because people like, oh, he's in Nigeria. Why you say no? It's not in Nigeria. It's a British boy. Let's put that so we can eliminate the whole sentiment and emotion that comes with that word. The only thing that is Nigerian about him is his name. Every other thing is a British boy. So let's focus on that for a minute. And I look at the wage structure of the Arsenal team and I said £300,000 to him means that the next time you renew Odegaard, you're going to give Odegaard 350. The next time you renew Gabriel Jesus, you're going to give him 350. The next time you renew Martinelli, Trossard, you're going to put him on that contract. It also means that all of the things that Arteta was trying to build, break down the pay structure, put everybody at a place where the team can grow up together, will be destroyed in no distant time. Now, before I speed for ground, make the speed dry, we're having the first ripple effect, domino effect, or ripple effect, whatever you want to call it, on that situation. As William Saliba, who is just as important, even if not more important than Bukayo Saka in the course of this season, just like Taiwo Awoniyi can, we can all agree that Taiwo Awoniyi dragged Nottingham Forest out of relegation and saved them. Let's imagine that they want to renew his contract now, and maybe they are new owners, because sometimes you negotiate based on the fact that you know that the club have money. He could say, okay, give me 300,000. And what is the premise? In the club, say, what's the premise? Say, guys, the only reason we're having this conversation that we're in the Premier League is because of me. And that will be put into consideration. So when you look at William Saliba will tell you, okay, the only reason we had all that conversation around winning the title was because of what I did, right? And the very minute I stopped playing, we went from an unbeaten team and a team that was running on everybody, a team that was targeting 100 points, to a team that couldn't even make the 87 points that the unbeaten team made. So you look at all of that without Saliba, Arsenal lost more games actually, even though they had few games to play, than they lost with him on the side. So that is asking for big one. If you are to advise Arteta and Edu and the Arsenal board, what would you tell them? Give him 300 or 350, match his demand, or offer him like 250 instead of the 120. That's what Arsenal is offering. Instead of the 120, or tell him, you know what, if you want to go, we'll go get the defender. We'll go bring in Ben White back to centre back, and then we'll go and sign Jack Cancelo for 60 million, and then put him on the right side. Well, if you bring in Jack Cancelo, how much will Arsenal be really willing to pay Jack Cancelo? Those are some of the conversation that needs to be had in this space, so that we know where we stand. Bayern Munich are willing to pay £87 million and offer players to sign Declan Rice, with the Bundesliga champions battling Arsenal, Manchester United for the West Ham captain. This is something serious. Well, let's go to Newcastle and tell you that Miguel Almiron is regarded as one of the best players for Newcastle this past season, and they are hoping that he will continue in that fine form. So they're willing to renegotiate his contract. I don't know how that is. Former Dutch international Quincy Promise faces trial for importing 1,370 kilogram of coke. Jesus Christ. Footballers. Jesus. Cocaine with the Spartak Moscow player already charged with an alleged assault on the family member. They've gotten him. Family people don't get him. They've gotten him. That one, the matter not go far. Liverpool have opened negotiation over a deal to sign this £52 million midfielder talent who is called Kepran Thuram. That's the son of Lilian Thuram, in case you don't know. With the Frenchman keen to develop under Jurgen Klopp's guardians. Okay, that's a player that I've been saying that's not to sign for a while now, but that's not happened. Well, those people who are using IPTV sticks, the people who give you those streams, they've jailed them. They've made over £7 million, and 7 of them have been given 5 of them have been given 11 years each. Wow. For stealing live streams. And then you go to Nigerian League matches venue, you are the one, the official broadcaster, you want to put your camera. Some people will be threatening you that you can't put your camera as their home ground. They are the home. Jesus Christ. May God help us, Sean. God will help us in this country. We'll grow one day. Wembley Stadium security prepared to deploy sprinter stewards to prevent Just Stop Oil eco activist interruption. in the FA Cup finals. Well, I go run tire. You know, guy you want to reach you. That person went at the field, he go enter. Like go and bring Usain Bolt. The Usain Bolt not go there everywhere now. The people who want to do bad, they always find a way to do bad. That's just one of those things that I know. Well, there's also talk about the fact that Chelsea, if Mauricio Pochettino does not do well, three-time back-to-back women's soccer coach of the year, Emma Hayes, the women coach of Chelsea, can be drafted to the Chelsea team. Hey, Chelsea, that's the thing that we. Well, let me not say anything so that feminist doesn't come after Misha, but it does look strange that that's where everybody is going to now. And the Prime World Cup winner and Inter Milan star, they all took to Como to celebrate Lautaro Martinez and his wife, Augustina Gandolfo's wedding as Romelu Lukaku attend with rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, I'm all about the best. That's the best. No trouble. Remember that girl? Yeah, that's Megan Thee Stallion. But like the Messi didn't make it, and as that was happening, Oganekare Table, our very own Oganekare Table, the one who still holds the record of scoring back to back hat trick in the Nigerian Premier League, Nigerian Premier Football League, right? Nigerian, the NPFL. Was also ballowing together with his wife, his lovely wife, over the weekend and saying forever and this journey could be. They've been living together for a while, but they now decide to say, you know what, let's make this thing official. Let everybody know that we are officially official. And you know how much I love Oganekare Table. Like you guys know that. Like, okay, so somebody say you get any Nigerian player where you don't know. I think I love all Nigerian players, but some are just numbskull, some are just crazy people. It's hard to relate with them, and then some are just pretty much very good. Table is one of them. Victor Osimhen is another one. Tawa Oni has become like family. He's become like my own brother. So anything I say about him, it doesn't even follow himself because come on, that guy is his own humility is scary. I'm suspecting his humility. Well, Manchester United fan, just when you think your troubles are over, Paris Saint-Germain superstar and Brazilian Olympic winner and former Barcelona star, Paris Saint-Germain's wide man and assist specialist Neymar have said it is Manchester United or I'm going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I still have a contract. You guys can go and hire all the fans and the thugs in Paris to come to my gate and be shouting like Momo. When they are done shouting, you will still pay my salary. I will still come to training. I will still play my match. Okay, but if I will leave, I want to go to Manchester United. Hey, Tony Okoto, I see you, my guy. There's one name. Why do I always forget? There's one name that they call Tony Okoto that I like. It's the name of an animal anyway. I just like the way they call him. Like, what's it called? Ikoji. Ikoji used to call him that name. And I like the way Ikoji describes him so much. Hey, Tony, how you doing? One day I need to have a sit-down interview with you. I don't know when that will be, but we'll talk about Nigerian League, your experience, because you are one of those bright stars of the Nigerian League that we can't just ignore. We can't just like, oh, forget about this guy was scoring goals like goals were going out of fashion. And it was the Lukaku or the Didi Drogba of Nigerian League guy. He get power. But I was never a defender in my playing this. I'll get red card because I play against people like Tony Okoto. I don't which I want mark, which tactical position you want to do. This guy that beast. So what you do, keep calm. Tony, but see if I was marking you, that's what I'll do. And I obviously know I'll get red card, but I'll kick you off. Okay, so there was a time I was playing in the league. We went to go and play against Atla. And I remember the defender, I can't remember his name now. The guy not interested in marking the ball. All he was doing was pinching me, just making me unsettled. You don't pinch me, you don't drop my shirt. You don't look, nobody look, you just slap me for back. You know, it was that moment, and they were playing at home. The assistant referee they say about then they raised flag. But me too, I not send worry boy with that here. I still ended up scoring 2 goals in that game, Sha. It's one of those things where you just feel like, you know what, this guy they fear me, and I can do like this. So I'm not going to give him the advantage of feeling like, oh, I want to complain, because once you start to deny, the guy don't say no. And then some defenders, the way they mark you is the first contact one I will get, and they go hit you hard. Beep. Then they go look your reaction. If you win, you like, why are you doing like this? They don't say they don't get you. But if they do, you just stand up, jog, and say, well done. They say, this one, they fear, wala do. So they know that maybe the next time they go do that, they'll collect card. So you just have to like, It's a trick of the game, or some of the trick of the game. But let's go back to what we're saying. The owner of Leeds United, Andre Radrizzani, decided, you know what, English League, you're not going to kill me. I can't die here. Bring you up, you go down, try to bring you up again, try to sack coach, and bring you. You guys are no. I can't be spending this money, paying this much tax, stressing myself. No. I'm going to Italy. Let me go to Italy, go and buy a club that is not meant to win, but they're not going to get relegated. We'll just stay, we'll just enjoy. So he's decided to sell his shares to the guys who, those, what's it called, the Asia groups who own the 49ers Enterprise, who are his co-owners, and decide to go and buy Sampdoria instead of taking over Sampdoria instead of killing himself in England. Liverpool have also discussed the signing of Manu Kone from Bundesliga side Borussia Mönchengladbach as the club side considered the 40 million pounds rated Frenchman to bolster their midfield. I think there's going to be a lot of French players playing for Liverpool if all their transfer goes well next season, as it is. Well, the players that have been put to go, they don't play till some players they don't turn cheaper to come and buy. All those people like Gallagher is the next best thing. Gallagher say get out of here. Mikhailo Modric, they might even sell him. A guy that they gave 10 years contract that they sent Niger Delta militant to go and kidnap in Ukraine. Like they're planning to sell him now. Harry Kane says he wants only Manchester United or nothing. If there's no Manchester United, there's nothing is happening. Well, let's look at some of the transfer rumors that are going down. Karim Benzema, the kind of contract that they are putting on the table for Karim Benzema, it's making me wonder. Saudi Arabia people, when they print the money for printing machine, is it counterfeit money or when they do blood money now? Sigo now they use. I don't understand. Or Hush Puppy they work for now. This kind of money that they are calling. I don't know say I go there alive, they call this kind of money for football. 400 million, 346 million pounds for 2 years contract. What's happened? And that's the same amount of money that Roman Abramovich used to buy a whole full Chelsea football club. They stayed everything. And well, we're looking forward. Karim Benzema, 25 years of age, is considering a 400 million euros. I came this life too early. I saw I did not conquer. I came too early. 400 million euro, 346 million pounds, 2 years contract offer from Saudi Arabia. Arsenal have no intention of selling England forward Emily Rose Smith, 22, this summer, and hope he would return to fitness and form at the European Under-20 Championship. Okay, Tottenham managerial target, Luis Enrique is in talks with This life, no balance. This life, it just no balance. Tottenham Hotspur, when I tell you guys that Tottenham Hotspur is shit, you know, between when they sacked Antonio Conte and now, you know how many managers have looked at Tottenham and East and say, wait, you know, have you ever tried to call a girl, a very fine girl, with money still their bag, money in their hand? She got another like 10 other guys when they send her money, when she never even answer. You can't call her. She can't turn face with me. You can't say yes. So you are very stupid. You are very, very stupid. You are an idiot. You don't put your money. You don't reach like that. That's how these managers are treating Tottenham Hotspur. But they will keep trying. It was Backstreet Boys. I mean, no. What's that? Plantation Boys, Two-Face, Dibia, and the other guys with the smoking go. That sang this song. My father used to tell me that dreams come true. Now I believe I can find it in you. The road is rough and tough, but you gotta keep. Look at us, I sing. So I didn't read this song. But there's a part of that song that said, if you try and fail, don't give up. Stand up and try again. So I think Tottenham Hotspur will continue to try. They'll continue to try. This Chinese proverb that said that I fall 7 times and I rise up 8 times. And I'm always wondering what is the mathematics to that? You fall once, you stand 1. You fall again, you stand 2. How did you fall 7 times and rise 8 times? I don't understand. Well, Tottenham Hotspur will not need to understand. Well, I think the Chinese people also use Bible system, because in the Bible, somebody said, once it was spoken, twice have I heard, all power belongs to God. How can they say something once and you hear twice? Now, it's okay person talker. I've been asked the person talker this time around. Well, let's leave that conversation and just move on to the story. Tottenham managerial target Luis Enrique is in talks with Serie A champions Napoli, but is keen to join a Premier League side. Definitely not Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham and Newcastle United want Leicester City midfielder James Maddison 26 and winger Harvey Barnes 25. Who won't go Tottenham? When they don't get manager, they don't know where they go. With both England international valued at £40 million each. Why is Arsenal not signing those two right now? Okay, because for me they are cheap and they are good. Tottenham intends to take up an option to turn 23-year-old Sweden winger Dejan Kulusevski's loan into a permanent switch from Juventus. That's if Juventus agrees anyway. Well, let's see. I go. Juventus also need money, so they just might agree. An agreement between Brighton manager Roberto Di Zerbi and Moise Caicedo will see the 21-year-old Ecuador midfielder depart this summer. 3 teams are in contention to sign him, with Chelsea the leading contender in this conversation. You really want to go to Chelsea? Moise Caicedo, you really want to go to Chelsea? Well, go and suffer. Manchester City and Arsenal are keeping tabs on Leeds United 19-year-old Italy forward Wilfred Gnonto. That boy, they run like 50 rats. We shot for grand like devil hammer. Manchester United will not sign Netherlands forward Wargers 30 and Austria midfielder. This one is stabilizer, not get current. Marcel Sabitzer 29 on permanent deals from Burnley and Bayern Munich respectively. Okay, Valladolid. Okay, Spanish right back Ivan Fresneda. Everybody's been talking about this guy going to Arsenal. Will he go? I don't know. Well, has received a lucrative bid from Arsenal, according to Bild in Germany. France defender Benjamin Pavard. This is one of my favorite defender in world football since 2018. He plays for Bayern Munich anyway. He's set to leave Bayern Munich. Where is he going? I don't know. Some people say Real Madrid, some people say Barcelona, some people say Manchester United, some people say Man City. Let's see where he goes eventually. Thomas Tuchel is here, and you know with Thomas Tuchel, people always get kicked out. Creator Ndiaye, the best writer in Nigeria and the best PR. If you need somebody to manage your image, even if you do a PR gaffe like Tinubu, give it to Creator Ndiaye. It will turn it into a masterpiece for PR. Yeah. He said, Chief Edafe on the mic. Good morning. Why is Erik Kane not leaving Tottenham Hotspur? They use Juju for him. They use Juju. Those Asian people for Benin. They don't pin her down. They don't pin her. You know all those people they hurry when they call in and they hurry. They don't pin Erik Kane down. Forget. You don't know what they do right now. Be like, you know all those Asian women they do men for Benin, for Edo State. They don't pin her down. They don't pin him. He says he want to leave, but he says when he go to sleep and wake up, something they change. They don't put Otomokbo. They use Mendy for her. They use Mendy. They call her for Foro Junction. They call the name. They call it they are a ball like this. A ball. They call the name Erik. Tottenham Hotspur. There you did. That's what they tell her down until they pray for him. I saw one of my very good friend, Pastor Best, speaking in talk, Kabosh. He needs to go and pray for him. They need Pastor Best to go and pray for him because the one way they happen to Erik Kane, so small boy where they for street, where mama and papa don't divorce, they homeless. Just leave with Alagbo no, not Alagbo some go just go join Beyond Limit. After 2 seasons, the carry go Italy, go play for by Milan. Look at there for near Milan. Go play Viraggio Cup. He just win Italian Cup now. If Kess not take himself, if he still win Champions League next week, and we discuss Erik Kane, 200 years of serving Tottenham Hotspur like Methuselah, nothing to show for it. Wow. Now, bros, ideally, you know better than this now. You know, they don't use, now people don't use Mendy for her. Just go back the Isha. If you look where there's Isha hand to the matter, somebody don't pin that for us. Say you are going nowhere. You know you will not go anywhere. My name very when they don't speak something for them. Aston Villa interested in Real Madrid's Marco Asensio, who is expected to leave on a free transfer this summer. The 27-year-old Spain midfielder has also attracted interest from Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, and AC Milan. Liverpool won Borussia Mönchengladbach 22-year-old French midfielder Manu Kone, who is valued at 40 million euro. That's about 34.6 million pounds. Juventus are leading the race to sign Chelsea's United States forward Christian Pulisic. This guy, if you sign him, you have to sign him like a couple of medical doctors along you. So I don't know why somebody wants to sign him. Juventus, are you ready? Well, you guys have some fantastic medical facilities in Turin anyway. He's 24 years of age, and the price tag on him is 20 million. That's not too expensive. So it's not like a Pogba. Creator say you just want enter my Isha. No, but you don't say that they pin down. You know from Iruakpan to Uromi to Ewu to man, the name of the places. You know the so Humudumu, all those places there. They pin down. Just see them for there. They pin down. See, it's not about accident. Boys could just go Ekpoma. They just go. They go with their destiny for court. I what did they say they go do? They all pin them down. Their destiny. It's their destiny till they play court. They play Ludo. They play Oko for ground. Go join court. They don't. Yes, they go join court. Okay. Barcelona manager Javi says Manchester City backed out of a deal in which 29-year-old Portugal defender Jack Cancelo would have joined Barcelona in January before he moved to Bayern Munich on loan. Okay, we're hearing some story now. But Jack Cancelo would have been good in Barcelona. And then I'm just wondering, for the sake, and Adele, I need your help on this one. Jack Cancelo was complaining that he wasn't getting playing time at Man City. Remember, the season before this season, he was the most capped player at Man City. He was one of the best players in the team. And then he went to Bayern and wasn't also getting playing time. And then he wasn't angry. So my question is, was it the playing time that was really the problem? Antonio Potu, see this Timothy there, boy. He's small for age, but he noticed. Antonio Potu is called the Panther. Yes, the black Panther. Wakanda. You have vibranium. That guy. If you play against your body will tell you. I say, you know how I was looking forward to seeing this guy in Super Eagles. I was like, the new Amokashi. If you play against Tony Okpotu, oh God of heaven, like your body, your body will tell you. Like when you play 90 minutes, like say you play 2 years, you go old, you go not age after the 90 minutes. Marking Tony Okpotu, you go not age. All those time when you go to score, go back to back, people go say the defender, and then they mark as like. So let me tell you one thing that happened in football. When you go there for bench like this, you dey bench, they watch the game, and you be defender like right full back, and then that left guy, he dey take on a guy, he dey short palm, and yeah, coach you can say warm up because coach that guy already try now, that guy don't warm, he don't warm. So I go enter now, coach they try. More encourage with another 10 minutes. Not be say you want to encourage them more. Now say you on your own, you are awestruck. You are in awe of the attacker when they attack the guy. Say, coach, most encourage her with small more minutes. That guy when they try. Don't say that guy never our number one. If they do our number one like this, who am I? No need to, no coach, no need to just call me for this matter because if you don't call me now, you don't worse. So just leave the guy, make it do it, try. You know, I don't know if it never happened to you. If you play football, or whether that's street football, whether that's professional football, I just think it's one of those things that happen in football. Well, let's get into the conversation. My people for you to be on the talk. Mostly. Odiri Rameleka say that they have a one hot hurricane this summer like fuel. Okay, no problem. Darius say good morning. This is the first time I'm seeing Darius on my comment section, unless my memory is failing me. But I don't think I have memory loss. My memory is still working very well. Odiri Rameleka say these Saudi Arabia people, they throw money or Benzema, they tempt to even Agba Messi. I saw the life just be. I said like this one. I don't know whether they print the money themselves or they work for the money, because money when you work for, you don't spend it like that. It's an astronomical fee. Even Oduni Rebeleko speak big English, we never speak all in life. Get where you go they calculate on other people money, the spirit of grammar go enter your body. Now what you do Kisle Dale, elder brother, Obayamo. Calculate people money, head come knock. Calculate so much money, all the money where they side politics. And so yeah, knock, it begins to speak crank the higgy haga in the menemeneteke of the Nigerian political. Let's leave that side. Let's stick with this simple and correct pidgin English that I'm speaking. I beg. Odin Rablaka say this suit fine that. Thank you very much. No beg. We are not the same size. He said there will be so much money spree this summer in the football world. Okay, this Europa final looks like it came too soon this year. I was thinking it will be next week. Go and do what Joshua did in the Bible. Now go and hold the sun. Joshua I made February not correct. Go and hold the sun. That made the day not quick good, so that we can have a shorter version of an extended version. Odin Remeleka says Cancelo would be a loan. We cannot spend 70 million on him. What's happen? Okay, Liverpool won't sign all the available midfielder. Yes, now everybody saying that midfield be their problem. The coach don't listen. Coach is a Yera and a doer. We once upon a time we voted a Yera and a doer into the office of the president. It just that the man died. The man died. Nigeria with the call, even people will do bad, they call the hero. That man first official assignment was to reverse the hydropower electricity deal wey be say Obasanjo sign with Chinese people. By now, we forget light, we forget even the reason light matter. All this one wey they see fuel scarcity, all the people wey dey use gallon go buy fuel no go dey go filling station. But where? Baba say no because they not cite the hydropower plant for north in reversal. But for Nigeria history, that guy a hero. I know some people too where they be thief for River State. I don't call the name. For Nigeria history, they be hero. They even do one football film. They put the guy, they paint his story like saying a hero. This country, that's not some of us go find. This will not go they read the history where anything what they tell us we go take. Here's a Patrick, she say that you're signing, leave us. Here's a Patrick, don't find the voice. Liverpool fans, Liverpool will not go Champions League. They see get mad, they talk. Okay, so let me give you guys another story where I just hear from the grapevine. So they don't talk, say Victor Osimhen, say what kind of they go leave the matter till he decide where he want to go. Not be forced. They don't go force her. They go leave her, make him decide on your where he want to go. So you know when you get money, you want to buy house, and you know the hurry. You just you take your time to tell yourself, okay, this is what will happen. This is what will happen. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. But let's look at news coming about today's Europa Cup finals and how things they go for that side. And we go first also see what the papers they talk for Italy, where Kisley brothers like to go to. Steve Oko say, brothers and sisters, man, all those Benin people for TikTok, they have me speak upside down English. Good morning, bros. In your opinion, what areas do Arsenal have to buy in order to challenge for the title next season? Arsenal win the title next season over. They need a striker, a goal scorer, somebody will be say a job now to score goal. Not be all the Eddie Kentiano crayfish players. Gabriel Jesus is good, but he's a support striker. It's not a center forward. Arsenal needs a center forward. Arsenal also need a center back, and if possible, Tomiyasu should be let go. Sell him. I mean, doing more. Not going to go do what we do with Abu Dhabi. We hope it will come good. We are pray, fasting and pray. No, we don't want to fast and pray for anybody. If you come and plug and play, charger when you say you need to bend the wire, that charger does spoil. Okay, so Arsenal need a right full back. I'll buy Jack Cancelo if I'm Arsenal. I'll buy Jack Cancelo. The reason is he's so flexible. He can play anywhere. Whether left side or right side of the fence, I think I'll put him in that team. And then the fact that he's got assist in him, and he could also snowball into that midfield. That kind of role that John Stones is playing was the fact that he can assist us to score goals. He can also score himself. I think that's a very good one. And then they also, I think that Martinelli and Trossard are doing well on that side. But if you look at that midfield, I'm not running down Fabio Vieira, but I think he still have one more year to get in. So Arsenal need another mature player that will give other guy a run for his money. I also think that Thomas Partey and Jorginho are too old to be relied upon. So they should go get like two defensive midfielders. Declan Rice, I would do anything to get Declan Rice right now. But I would also push, since we now know that they are willing to sell Moise Caicedo, I would push for him because he can play anywhere in midfield, he can play anywhere in defense, he can play on the wide side area too of defense. That's a player that is very flexible that I can use. Okay, I'll go for him. I agree that last season, Yuri Tillemans down tools. He didn't play well, but it doesn't remove the fact that he's a quality player. He's a free agent. I will sign him. Again, another player that I would like to sign is James Maddison. 40, 50 million, that's not too much. I'll sign him because he will add extra value to the team. This team is going to play in the FA Cup, in the league, in the Calabar People Cup, and then he will also play in the Champions League. So we need all the bodies I can get. And that center of midfield, one injury, now you don't want to switch on by one injury and your whole aspiration is gone. So I think that that's the areas Arsenal needs to reinforce. 2 strikers, 4 midfielders, 3 defenders. I don't care how anybody say it. That's 9 players. But you can spread it between this summer and then the winter window. So this summer, at least get at least 5 players. Okay, so 3 midfielders, one more striker, yeah, because the way Arsenal plays, the goal comes from everywhere, but there should be one striker who really puts the ball in there, who really knows how to bury it. I don't know why they're trying to keep Rhys Nelson. I don't sell him since 2 years ago. Eddie Kettier, that's another Welbeck. We've seen this type of players before. They'll score some goals and pretend like they want to really give you a good run, or where come talk to Ubobo son. Sorry to the Albino community. I'm not trying to run you guys down, but it's just a descriptive analogy that I'm making. And in defense, it's not good to have only what's it called, William Saliba as your right side of centre back. It doesn't make sense. That's why he's holding us to ransom now. Well, is within his right to demand for what he wants, especially when Arsenal don't go pay £300,000 a week for what's his name now, Bukayo Saka, who I think it's not worth it. I won't give him more than 200,000, to be very honest. All those talk when it's on Bukayo Saka is not that player that people are rating him. At one point, say he's the best under 21 player in the world. Wow. Great players these days, more just leave that one. Created earlier on Instagram says Cancelo is a brilliant player. Back interested. Once those clubs are interested in them, they would want to go to Arsenal. I agree completely. Come on, Arsenal is a bit too compared to the Ferrari that FC Barcelona is. So, but I'm just hoping that maybe magic can happen because of previous relationship between Pep and Jack Cancelo his time is in Man City. Okay, close to account in Italy, but it doesn't end here. Juve is not enough for UEFA. That's what they are saying in Italy. I don't know why they're saying that, but let's see what is going on there. Okay. A fine of €780,000, no deduction. Agnelli goes on trials, but Seferin goes straight. The Bianconeri risk a season without Europe. Roma might lift it again after the conference. Mourinho seek another historic cup. Paulo Dybala is there, but starts on the bench. Okay, new music for Lukaku. City won. That's how they talk about it in Italy. Different headlines there. You want to know what those means? I think we should talk about Napoli's already De Laurentiis, who is doing everything. The president, he said, I'm evaluating Sika 10 coaches. Lucho wants the Premier League. I can tell him that he'd find better food here ahead with the 4-3-3 talks with Marcelino. So one man is going on sabbatical, and now they have 10 coaches that they're looking at. What is the fate of Victor Osimhen in the midst of all of this? Let's see how it goes at the end of the day. But having said that, if you got a comment on all the things I will talk about, Adele is our spokesperson for the day. He said, where do you think Messi should go? That's the next big news now. I think if he goes to Barcelona, he's not going to get the kind of money that they're going to give him in Saudi Arabia. Let's get that one settled. But I don't think Messi really need money again. The money that he's made is enough to take care of 10 of his generation. What Messi needs are people who are good investors. Let's not also forget that when you get to this level, people also want to undo you. So they'll cook up the books, cook up papers, do everything to make sure they siphon you of your money. But it needs to get in the right people, put in the right team around, and it's very, very hard to achieve. He should go to Barcelona so that he gets that send forth, that send off that he deserves, that exit that he deserves. That exit with tears that he had the last time, it's not good. But if Barcelona is not going to work, bros, go to Saudi Arabia. Just go and be strolling around and be having Arab people having orgasm seeing you in the stadium. That's enough, okay? That's for me on Messi on that one. Choose EA says, greetings, Elegote. What's your prediction for the Nigerian game and Europa League game tonight? Nigerian game, I think Argentina will beat us. I tried as much as possible to avoid it. I think Argentina will beat us. The pressure of the home fans, the slickiness, the skills of that team, the movement and everything will be too much for the Nigerian team, and they will beat us in that game. The game between AS Roma and Sevilla. Ordinarily, if Mourinho was not on the bench of AS Roma, it is straightforward, straight win for Sevilla without any conversation. But the way this game is, with Jose Mourinho is a miracle worker. So he can walk on water, he can stop deaf ear, he can bring the deaf to life, he can turn stone to iPad. There's something about Jose Mourinho and finance that makes you not to bet against him. But everything in me that defines me as a football analyst says Sevilla will win. Yeah, everything in me says Sevilla will win. But I'm just being cautious based off on the fact that Jose Mourinho and finance, it's not something that you just sit back and say write them off. It's never lost the finance before. There's no evidence of him losing the finance, and this is not the time. But then again, Sevilla also come with an enviable record of not losing any UEFA Cup finals. They've played in 7, they won all 7. So I'm going to sit here and say to you that I'll rather lose my prediction on this one. I go with Sevilla to win. It's going to be close. It could go into penalties. It could go into extra time, but I go with Sevilla to win. That's just my take. And I'm sorry if it doesn't suit the ideology of the Mourinho fans. I'm a diehard fan of Mourinho as well. I got mad respect for him. Henry Morris say good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Mr. Patrick say Super 8 unveiling makes sense. Will not be small money. Did that tournament too, for sure. Henry Morris say Joe shouldn't come or if na okay, Jack Cancelo, if na 70 million but on loan, make we sharply collect them. Okay, 70 million is not bad in today's market for him. Okay, Arsenal can cash in on if I slap you divine on Ian Acho. Ta! About Adiola Rawaju say, what is your reaction on speculated Harry Kane to Real Madrid? I don't think it's going to go to Real Madrid. I don't think that deal is going to happen. Real Madrid focuses on Mbappe. Mbappe is younger. There's something in me that says that Harry Kane might flop in the next club he's going to go to. And it's strange, but it does feel to me like because it's going to go into a club that first season, the team is not built around him. It's going to struggle. Real Madrid is such a good side that, I mean, the way he plays, the way he angles his runs, the way he moves in the 80-yard balls, there's always going to be crosses coming from Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr., no doubt about it. But the pressure of playing for Real Madrid might be really very big for him. That's one. Going to Manchester United too, the supply chain is not as good as that of Real Madrid. But then again, the team might not be built around him. He might not have this whole living one club where you're captain, you are Lord of the Ring, you are the guy that everybody look up to. And then you now walk into another dressing room and you're probably the number 7, number 8. There are other people in the team who will sway long before you, who controls and dominate. And going to Madrid, for instance, there are not much English-speaking players. You're going to struggle. And at Manchester, you might just settle in very well because there are a lot of English players. Your national team teammates are there. There's Rashford. There is a few other ones there. But I just think that he missed the bus when he didn't go to Man City 3 seasons ago. I just think that's my own take. I think he missed the bus. Anywhere it goes now, I'm not guaranteed because looking at the Premier League, I'm not seeing anything in Manchester United to say they're going to win the league next season. And if they don't win the league next season, I'm not sure they're going to win it the season after. Okay, so it's going to be okay. So why the hell did you go to Manchester United if you're not going there to win the league title? Is it that your career is built around not winning titles? Because that's how it's going to be eventually from the look of things. But we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes anyway. I agree that sometimes my prediction can be very, very rude and inconsiderate when I say these things, but if you look carefully, they hardly go wrong. So am I not going to be motivated to continue to do it that way? I would. Henry Morris said, okay, I think I've read that one. Damola Ibrahim Abiodun say, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Kolo Muani or Turam, who should Arsenal sign? I think I prefer Kolo Muani. Turam is also a good player, but I prefer Kolo Muani because he's a bit athletic. Is better aerially compared to Turam. Turam is a force. He's got speed. He's got shot. But the way Arteta plays, you hardly see the chance for his player to shoot apart from Odegaard. The front players are always in the box, tapping in, heading in the ball. So because of the crosses that comes in from the wide areas, I will go with Kolo Muani way more than I will go for Turam. But I used to talk about Arsenal signing Turam before we signed Gabriel. Again, if Arsenal can get the two of them, why not? It's a good one, and the competition is much. The more the merrier. But those two players will come at the end because Demola Ibrahim said, I wish Arsenal can get Tielemans and Rice or that Romeo Lavia of Southampton. Well, the transfer window I've not officially opened. It's going to open like next tomorrow. And from there, we'll run to the end of August or 1st of September. I will see how it goes. I don't think that Arsenal will do business. My only hope is that they continue the way they've done last summer, last winter, by doing early business. Early business makes your team train together, your team have a better understanding We saw it. It made Arsenal start the season very well. When they sign players early, they get into the team after their break, and they prepare, they get to understand the methodology of the team, the coach, and understand their teammates, and then it is easy to build from there. But sometimes, it doesn't always work like that anyway. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see, because the selling club also must be willing to sell, and then the buying club must also meet the demand, the price tag, those kind of agreements, and then you'll also meet the terms of the players in the transfer window. Those are also part of the things that you must consider. Well, since nobody's talking about tonight's Europa game, because probably there's no English club, because most times people like to talk more about English clubs. I think we're getting close to the point where I'll pack my bags and baggages and leave the studio. Demola Ibrahim says, Abiodun says, I think Saliba should be put up on 200k. Is very important for Arsenal. I don't think 250 will be fine. If you can give, what's it called, Bukayo Saka. If you put Saliba here, put Saka here, and say, looking at the Arsenal squad, who is dispensable? I'll tell you, Saka. Saka is dispensable. I can let Saka go. The team will still play well. The team will still achieve what they want to achieve with the players that they've got. But we've already seen how bad Arsenal will be without William Saliba. And having defenders that are good is very, very underrated in football. But you see, the consistency of good defenders always keep a team going. And if you don't have them, sometimes it's hard. I remember Ruben Dias coming into a Man City team, and straight off the back of Liverpool winning the title, the Man City went on to win the title, and then also he won the player of the season. Those are some of the things that we need to look at. I think that William Saliba is a very fantastic player. He's a key cog of the wheel of progress for Arsenal, and Arsenal should do everything to keep him. But then again, I know what the management will say, that, we don't want anybody to hold us to ransom. We don't want a situation whereby once we do this one, every other player will not start coming to say, if you don't give us this, we will not do. But I don't think every player behave in that same manner. And then every player also know that their contribution is not the same as William Saliba. So it's just something that they can look into and think about and say, okay, this is what we want to do. Steve Oko says, what's the betting odds tonight? Roma to win. I don't do betting odds anymore. So it's going to be hard for me to go tell you what the odds are. I don't do betting odds. Not like I'm not open to it. I'm open to it, but if somebody's not paying for it, you know me, somebody's not paying for it. It's business. That's a commercial endeavor. If somebody's not paying for it, I'm not even going close to talk about it. I don't know what the odds are. You can find that from any betting website, and you will know the odds. But it's none of my business right now. I'm out of that space. Having said that, I'm at the very tail end of the show, and this is where I'll pack my bag, my sleep, my notes, and everything. I say, okay, it's time to get out of the studio. It's been a wonderful time on the show today. Unfortunately, because of the first situation, I'm not going to my school today. It's very, very sad. Sad not to go to class and teach. I really love teaching. But hey, I need to go look for fuel. We don't have fuel. I need to go look for fuel so that the office can run. It's a very crucial time of our work right now. We're looking at a whole lot of things to do, and we can't afford to turn off the light. That's how important this work that we do right now is. We can't afford to turn off the lights anymore. But thank you very much for everybody who's joining on the live stream, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on the app. I see the numbers on the app is going up every day. Thank you very much for those of you who are downloaded the Elevated TV Radio app on iOS and Android. Thank you for all that you do to support our project. And for those of you who follow all of the content that we're putting out on the NPFL, the Nigerian Premier Football League, please do want to drop a comment, whether you see it on Twitter, whether you see it on Instagram, you see it on TikTok, or you see it on Facebook, or you see it on the YouTube channel. Please do want to drop a comment, because we're trying to help increase visibility for the league, so that it can have commercial value and sponsors can come in. The league this season has been fantastic, but we've not had sponsors. And so it means that the bubble can burst anytime. If they go 2 or 3 seasons without sponsors, whatever the person who is bringing his personal fund to fund it might, not have enough anymore. So we need to prove to the commercial people, the business community, that there is enough conversation around the league to make it happen. So please, whenever you see it, do want to drop a comment, do want to say your opinion, your thoughts, what you think about it, and let's push it that way. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Idafe Manchester. You love to come in and look at one sports. It's been a wonderful time being on the show today. Let's do this again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye, and have yourself a wonderful day.